right, what was a really common breakfast item or something like that that we recognize that we eat every day or on average days? Brooklyn? Yeah, eggs. So, and our eggs usually come from, I'm assuming, a grocery store. Are we buying like maybe the boiled eggs at like, don't grocery, like, okay. I think I was thinking about like in college, certain dorm grocery stores would have them, or I was thinking maybe like gas stations. But I'm assuming hopefully maybe we get boiled eggs that are actually just eggs that we boil ourselves. Okay. What else is a common breakfast item? Bacon, sausage. Do we eat that on a regular, like daily basis? That's a nice breakfast. That's be a fancy breakfast. Yes. But cool. So bacon and sausage, all of those, which probably come from maybe a local farmer or a store. I heard a lot of people say that they eat Pop Tarts first thing in the morning. Pop Tarts probably come from a grocery store, but I'm assuming that they're not made from necessarily scratch or anything like that, right? It's okay. Thank you guys. We're going through and talking about the food that we eat. So let's go ahead and move to lunch. What are average lunch items that we eat? All right, I heard someone say pizza. What kind of pizza? What kind of pizza? All right, well, I guess where does the pizza come from? I'm gonna say Marcos. Cool. Someone said spaghetti. Where does the spaghetti come from? Fazoli's. Carlos. How much is like the pizza that you guys buy for lunch from Carlos? How much is it? $3 total? Okay. What about spaghetti at Fazoli's? How much is it? All right. So the spaghetti is about twice the cost. What else do we eat for lunch? Corey, Adam, what did you guys eat for lunch yesterday? A turkey sandwich? Did you buy it or did you make it? Nice. So if you made it at home, I feel like the total cost for your sandwich is probably like $1 or two, right? Yeah. But even like when you split it up, maybe it'd be like, let's say it'd be $2 to $3 then. Cool. All right. Elliot, what did you have for lunch yesterday? Marcos, how much was pizza at Marcos? All right. Why did you, Adam, why did you choose to make a turkey sandwich instead of buying food? Okay. So you just made it yourself? So convenience. Raise your hand if you regularly go to Spazzoli's for lunch. Why do you guys, raise your hand if you regularly go to Carlos or Marcos for lunch? Maybe Carlos. Anybody? Why do you sometimes go to Carlos more than you go to like Fazoli's or Marcos? Okay, so I'm hearing like the pizza at Carlos is better, period. And it's also cheaper. Does cost play a role at all when you guys make decisions about what you're about to eat? Do you guys care? Okay. So today, today one thing that I want us to work on actually is taking a look at how an individual's wealth plays into the food that they have access to. There's a term for that. Does anyone know what I'm talking about off the top of their heads? There's a term for certain populations who have no access to food security, but right. So a food desert is sort of the term used for a place that does not have access to any like fresh, clean food. They maybe if they have any food at all, a lot of times it's just like groceries, like McDonald's and fast food. And yeah, and sometimes like maybe gas stations or food available and like that are just food that's not fresh is just not available in an area at all. Sometimes even that is even like canned food or processed food isn't available. So today we are going to spend some time gathering a little bit of research as a class. I want us to go through an activity, and that is why we have the giant poster that Rocco almost died for, or Rocco who some of us in Brooklyn or Emma saved our life, but we are going to do an activity, and I'm going to need all of us to help out. My goal is pretty much, first of all, we're going to spend some time looking at actually how income is separated throughout this world or throughout this country, because I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but America generally has, and I guess everywhere in the world really, you sort of don't have the poorest person in a city living right next door to the richest person in the city. Have we ever noticed that by chance? It's almost like there are areas where people who are maybe more wealthy can afford to live, and people who have less access to resources, they only have certain places where maybe they can afford to live. So this all ties into environment, because environmental justice is something that focuses on literally helping people in underserved, like poorer populations. A lot of times they get the shorter end of the stick environmentally, right? Because if you go and if you drop a bunch of sewage, Ryan, shut your laptop screen. If you drop a bunch of like sewage or something like that, a bunch of chemicals in the lake of a really rich lawyer, what's he gonna do? He'll probably sue you. Like, you'll be held accountable. But if you do that to someone who's a lot poorer, a lot of times there's no consequence. So wealth and money and power are all connected to everything, connected to resources, connected to environment, connected to health outcomes, everything. So I think first step for us today is going to be to actually take a look at how wealth is distributed across America. So let's go ahead and take a look at the food deserts research activity. If you guys just want to turn your bodies and look at the screen, I'm going to show you guys what we're doing.